All new tonight at Chase lands a suspected cartel member behind bars in Reynosa. Police are looking for Jose Jaime Roque Muñoz. He is 44 years old and is wanted in connection to a shooting. Cielos bastante despejados, unos cuantos chubascos, como había mencionado, a lo largo del Golfo de México.
Now, just to give you a better idea, approximately 9 of these tubes would fit underneath the large pipe connecting both sides of the canal.
The attack happened at this apartment complex behind me over the weekend, but the victim did not come forward until a few days ago. The second access bridge would measure between 7 and 8 miles, making it 3 times longer than the Queen Isabella Causeway. This campaign has been marred with allegations of opponents tampering with election signs and even using racial slurs. This stadium will host a memorial fundraiser for Jessica Saldivar's family. It'll take place this Saturday starting at 7 o'clock. They have several charter schools throughout the valley, but the central office is located just behind me right here in Edinburgh. This is the place where the sexual harassment allegedly took place.
I just have a passion for teaching and being in the classroom.
Passion, hard work, a desire to help out students drives Monica on a daily basis. But her passion was truncated by fear.
It was just constantly, every day, harassing me. And it was just unwanted, basically.
Monica worked with students at the central offices for Ignite Public Schools in Edinburgh, a charter school group formerly known as IRRA.
At Ignite Public Schools, we provide a quality education with highly qualified teachers.
It was here, she says, she became the target of sexual advances from the chief financial officer. Monica is one of several women that filed grievances against Rigoberto Abrego.
It's been like one of the worst traumas that I've ever been through. You never ever want to be in that situation.
Action 4 News obtained copies of 2 of those grievances. They detail the alleged harassment. In one report dated from May, the victim states Abrego walked into her office and asked her how she was.
I replied, I need to go get a massage, and then he proceeded to rub my shoulders. After this, he would pass by and ask if I needed a massage.
But it wasn't just employees. A student also filed one of the grievances. She stated Abrego would purposefully glance at her chest area on numerous occasions, including the very first time they met. Her reaction?
I quickly pulled up my shirt. I didn't know how else to react. I didn't know what to think. Just hope it never happened again, but it did.
Action 4 News emailed and called Superintendent Fernando Gomez numerous times. He refused our request for an interview but issued this statement. Ignite Public Schools and Community Service Centers take any kind of allegations involving inappropriate behavior very seriously and will not rest until a full and thorough investigation has been conducted and the appropriate measures have been taken to resolve these allegations.
Somebody did pull him aside and let him know, but he didn't care.
But Monica has little faith in the district. The Ignite Public Schools Employee Standard of Conduct on Sexual Harassment and Abuse sets up a 3-level process to deal with complaints. The first level deals with the supervisor, the second with the CEO, and the third with the school board. Now, in all 3 cases, the employee that filed the grievance must be present, but Monica says that never happened.
It's like a slap in the face, basically, or like nobody cares. And I mean, we put our trust in the system, and the system let us down big time.
Now, we spoke to the other women who also filed grievances against Rigoberto Abrego. They agree with Monica and that they haven't seen anything done about it just yet. Now, we've been out here at this meeting for several hours now. The school board members just went into executive session approximately half an hour ago. On the agenda for that closed session includes personnel matters. At this hour, we don't know if the sexual harassment claims will be a part of that discussion.
10-6-13 and Leo checking the abandoned business.
Officer Maricela Sandoval is required to check in with dispatch anytime she nears a known point for human trafficking. Midday on Monday, La Jolla police officers came across 3 men and a woman inside this abandoned business. They crossed illegally and led officers on a chase through the neighborhood.
You could see them that they were like sweating and probably they were thirsty, but they didn't stop not until they found who they were looking for.
They're just 4 in an endless list of undocumented immigrants braving rising temperatures in daytime to cross the border. Even in the shade, this well-known rest stop for people crossing illegally through La Jolla has already reached 105 degrees during the noon hour. But when you factor in the humidity and the air temperature, it'll feel more like 115 degrees.
This year so far, we've rescued more than 170 people for different reasons, whether it be water-related or heat-related.
Border Patrol spokesperson Rosie Huey adds that agents recovered the bodies of an additional 60 people who either lost their lives crossing the Rio Grande or wandering the South Texas brushland.
Me, myself, I drink water constantly. I carry my bottle of water. I make sure I drink some.
In La Jolla, undocumented immigrants often lead police on chases through hot and humid conditions. Officers are encouraged to carry plenty of liquids to stay hydrated. It's a game of cat and mouse law enforcement worries can end with deadly consequences. In La Jolla, Rafael Carranza, Action 4 News. They draw hundreds of people each day, but after this primary vote, gambling here could be one step closer to becoming legal.
The hope is that the legislature looks to alternative revenue sources to be able to adequately fund the school system.
Gilberto Hinojosa is the chair for the Cameron County Democratic Party. He says that's the intent behind Proposition 3, a non-binding initiative on the Democratic ballot to legalize and tax gambling.
Estaría en contra.
The topic is highly controversial, and residents like Celia Aguilar are opposed to legalizing what they call a dangerous vice.
¿Cuántos niños o personas, adultos y jóvenes no se perderían en el juego?
Legalizing gambling and what it would mean for eight-liners in the valley is also a big concern for law enforcement.
We've seen lately more and more robberies, and those people do not want to report it.
Sheriff Omar Lucio says it's ultimately up to voters, but he adds that any legalization should also come with additional resources for local law enforcement.
We don't have enough personnel to be checking on that, as often as we'd like to.
This is just one alternative that is being thrown out there.
Hinojosa says whether it passes or not, he hopes the legislature can look into other ways to raise money. In Cameron County, Rafael Carranza, Action 4 News.